Hello, welcome to the Miracle of All Miracles. It's called me making TBR wrap up and I'm not wearing the purple sweater. Good times. Welcome to the March TBR, where I am here to talk about 6 books. Whoops. Of course the dog starts barking at the squirrel. I'm ignoring it. In my defense, normally there's like 4 times as many in the podcast section, but there's only one book there because I'm me and read ahead for a bunch of the books for the podcast for up until my birthday, and I already know I'm going to read the other book for March before this month is done, so that means one more book. So that's like where half the books go, and they're not there anymore, so whoops. Good times. Also, I know there's a St. Martin Press boycott, right? And I think 4 of these books are the Macmillan section, but like Macmillan and St. Martin Press technically, but they're 2 separate. And so like I like quadruple check to make sure that like reading these books that were imprints of Macmillan were fine, and they are. So I'm just gonna go with it. Right, because this is gonna be like 2 minutes long if I tell you what I remember about these books and what I'm reading them for and what they are. Because, and hear me out, I'm pretty sure like 4 of these I've never read the synopsis of. I'm actually just gonna pull up my iPad, which has 2 new stickers. I don't know if you've seen this one. Betsy gave me this one for my birthday and this one for Christmas, okay? But I'm gonna pull up Goodreads on it, and we're gonna no Goodreads. I do not want to update. I don't know, Goodreads making me update the app, so that's interesting. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna look up the synopsis on Goodreads. I already have the first one, which is for the Buzzwordathon, pulled up, and then when I will read it silently to myself in like 30 seconds, and then of course it updated, so it reloaded the page, so I gotta re-look for the book. Thank you, iPad, and Goodreads. But then I will try to reiterate the synopsis to you in 30 seconds. But here's the issue. I always immediately forget it. So we'll see. Alright, Buzzwordathon. Hunting Prince Dracula. The sequel to Stalking Jack the Ripper. Which I can see right there. I own it physically, Stalking Jack the Ripper, because it's on my unhaul pile. Buzzwordathon prompt is character name. I don't know if there's actually, or like a name in general, like Addie LaRue, like a person name. So I don't know if there's actually a Prince Dracula, but we'll see. The first one I considered fine, and whatnot. I will say that if I happen to pull, she's right behind me, Anna Karenina from the TBR jar, Dracula will be switched for this. So, because, hear me out, I'm not going to read both of them, because this thing is chunky. So if I don't have to, I'm not going to read both of them in 1 month, okay? So, I guess I'm going to read the synopsis. I can see from right here that it's been on my TBR since my birthday, 2020. It almost took me 4 years to read it, fine. Okay, so I don't know why I thought this series was like connected, but like not the same characters. I don't know why. They apparently are the same characters. After the first one, they go to Romania. The main characters, Audrey Rose and Thomas Creswell, there we go to Romania, because she wants to study forensic science. That was already her dream before everything that happened in the last book happened. Which is a home of another famous serial killer, Vlad the Impaler, aka Dracula. And then, at the school and whatnot, there's either a copycat killer or somehow he's magically alive again. Okay. I think I forget which one is the one that I'm most excited for. I think it's the third one, maybe the fourth one. I don't know. But also here's the thing. Maybe I can like actually continue a series. So you know, good times. Book clubs. Hopefully I will actually remember within the first 2 days to put the book club below. But Aline's book club, the Bookworm book club, but it's not called that anymore. It's like Poets Interlude, blah blah blah. You know, the Taylor Swift joke, right? But there's a new section of it, which is the Smut Sluts, which is just a smut. And I've already read the normal book, which is My Sister the Serial Killer. That one. I think I read that one like 3-4 years ago, right? So I decided for the Smut Sluts, unless if I am easily able to access it, I'm not gonna read them. Like if I can, like the one for February, I could easily access, so read it. The one for March, I wasn't gonna read it, but then I checked, and it happens to be on Libby, and I can easily access, and it's not an issue. And so, like, obviously I'm gonna read it. Now what is this book? It is called Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. The cover looks fucking gorgeous. Oh. Cupcake baking football player. What the? Okay, as I assumed, it is a fake dating, which is why I was fine reading this. When I found out that I could read it at Libby. Also, Jada is her name. The female main character. I think we can all recognize she's fucking gorgeous on that cover, right? Like, I think actually it's gonna be on this side, so. Yeah. Anyways, she turned down a proposal on a reality TV show, you know, I'm assuming something like The Bachelor or whatever, right? She turned down a proposal, and now there's like, she's getting backlash, and she starts working at this cupcake place, which he, a professional football player, what's his name? Donovan, happens to own. Right? And then someone in a reporter mistakenly reports that they are an item, and so they recognize that, hey, maybe this could fix her reputation and this could help business for him, so they decide to fake date. And I assume good times. Based off this cover, it looks gorgeous, okay? I think we all recognize that. Excited. Then we have the one podcast one that I will not have read by the end of February, which is The Humming Room, which is one of Stingray's favorite books. I think it's still up. If it's still up, I will put up above in the cards. But they did a vlog series where they were reread favorite books, and this is one of them. And the little bit I knew about this before I added it to the rundown of the podcast or whatnot, still only thing I know about it is that it's a Secret Garden retelling. And I read The Secret Garden last year, end of last year. So, you know, also it's like under 200 pages. I'm sorry, what? When her parents are murdered, it's her special hiding place under the trailer that saves her life. What? I don't know what I was expecting, bestie. But what the fuck? Okay, so apparently in a book with Mysterious Secrets, she goes to live with an uncle. Yes, a wealthy uncle, who lives in what once was a tuberculosis sanitarium for children of the rich. Okay. And so then there's secrets, and things happen. I don't know what those things are. And it's inspired by the Secret Garden. Also, she finds a secret room that has a secret garden that has dark secrets. I don't know, Bessie, like, there's 200 pages. I can read that in an afternoon, right? Okay, the last three. We got the vlog. The one theme vlog a month. This one is Don't Ask Questions, Books with Wings on the Cover. There may be a thing where most of the vlog themed videos for the year have to do with items or people on the cover. Don't worry about it. The first one is Red Rising, which is a book I think we all have heard about, right? And it's a book that's been on my TBR for a hell of a long time. August 2020. I know it's sci-fi. all I know about it. I know it's well loved. It's got 4.27 average rating, so okay, maybe I'm talking below me. Very similar to the Red Queen, where the red cast is the lowest class. Also, kind of like the selection that way. You know, they'll like maybe 50 pages of red before I DNF'd it. But the main character, Darrow, is a red. He believes that red's whole entire thing is to make the surface of Mars inhabitable for future generations and whatnot. So he thinks he's going through all this gruesome work for what will one day be his children's survival, right? But oh no, actually, basically reds are basically slaves to the upper classes, and he's all like, not cool with that. And also apparently there's like a lost love that makes him go, I'm gonna fight back, and he does. Even if he has to become one of them to do so, is how it ends. And that's intriguing. Anyways, I've heard great things about it, so obviously I'm gonna pick it up. And it happens to fit that theme of the vlog. Similar in book that I've heard great things about, been on my TBR for way too long, and I know a lot of people like, is Six of Crows. Honestly, the way that I've not picked up either book of the duology, despite the fact that I read Shadow and Bone trilogy. I started in 2020, I believe, and finished it in 2021. Summer 2021. I remember this. Why am I like this? I would also like to know, I have not watched the show. Because I wanted to read the duology before I watched the show, because I knew Six of Crows stuff was in that, even if it was like prequel to what happens in the books. But I still wanted to have the context. And then I never read the books, and then the show got canceled, and here we are. So good times. Also, I would like to note that I have read other Leigh Bardugo's since then. Literally only one in the Ninth House, but I really liked it. So, you know. Okay, the synopsis tells me nothing new. Basically, what I do about this is what it was. It's a heist where Kaz is the leader. There's like 6 of them that come together to do this heist, and if they succeed, it may actually save the world. But there's also like a lot of other things happening at the same time, and found family trope, and they all have their differences. I'm excited to finally fucking pick it up. Literally, why did it fucking take me so long? Honestly, why am I like this? Why are we like this? I think that book has also been on my TBR since 2020, so, you know. Anyways, the last one, I happen to already have. From... Apparently, I can't type. How do you spell Valkyrie? God damn it. I spelled it very wrong. No one asked any questions. Anyways, The Valkyrie's Daughter. I've already had it on Libby, because I put it on hold, and then it almost immediately came in. It's only been on my TBR since summer of 2022. Upgrade. So much better. Do I know what this is about? No. I remember when it came out, and a bunch of people are like, hey, this book is good. And then I went, okay. And then I added it to my TBR. Don't ask questions. This is the one that is Valkyrie's Norse stuff, but also lesbians. Let's go lesbians. What's her name? Sigrid. Literally just read it. She was born ordinary, whatnot, blah blah blah. No signs of path to being a Valkyrie, like she dreams and whatnot. It's not in her future, but then there's an attack. And she sees a vision of herself leading the Valkyries, and so she takes upon herself to make this vision come true, and to do that, she needs to work with Miriam, who is, let's go lesbians, but Miriam, is a fallen Valkyrie who has allied herself with the enemy, so there's that thing, and on top of that, and I also know it's a series. We're not going to talk about how I'm starting 3 different series in this one vlog. At least it looks like there's only 2 books in this series. See, it's fine. No issues here. No issues here. Anyways, that's the last book. Look at that, so easy. I just realized in the process of recording this that, you know how I do the thumbnails recently for these? Those take 8 book covers. Guess what I don't have? So I'm gonna have to do the thumbnail a little differently. Whoops. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say, about the books and everything else. Next video will of course be the wrap up, right, for February. Don't worry, there's a lot of books, a lot of smut. Other things, the thing after that should be the weekend reading vlog. So, don't know what that book's gonna be yet, but good times. Sometimes I'm gonna actually plug things, which includes podcast, up above the cards, but also like it's down below in the links, because there's me links down below, and in that there's that. Also Mondays I've been doing reading sprints again, unless if it happens to be a bank holiday like last week, so my mom was home. But I'm doing reading sprints once a week, and I'm also occasionally streaming on Twitch again, sometimes twice a week, sometimes not at all. It's really just a toss-up each week. But yeah, stuff, so check all that out if you want to. Usually if I'm doing Twitch, it's Tuesday or Thursday. So, and with that, I'm gonna go do other things that also happen to do with the podcast. Weird, it's almost like that's all I do anymore. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and until next time.